Hello students, I'm Miss Nabila. This is English Grade 4 lesson. Students, this program is brought to you by City Government of Addis Ababa Education Bureau with collaboration Addis Media Network. Let us start today's lesson. Students, before we start today's lesson, do you remember our previous lesson? I hope you are. Last time we were discussing about adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency, one of kinds of adverbs like adverbs of manner, time, place, and also adverbs of degree. When we come to adverbs of manner, how something happen. When we come to time, that show when. When we come to place, that gives us information about where. When we come to adverbs of degree, how extent. And also, when we come to adverbs of frequency, tells us or gives us information about what? How often something happen. How often. It means how frequent, how many times, and how continuous the action. And there are examples about adverbs of frequency, like always, usually, often, sometimes, never, and also rarely. These are examples of what? Adverbs of frequency. Students, let us start today's lesson. Today's lesson is called plural nouns and how to change singular nouns to plural nouns. After this lesson, students able to change singular nouns to plural nouns and also tells irregular and regular forms. Let us write today's topic. Plural nouns. Students, in English, every nouns more than one, it's called plural nouns. Plural nouns. For example, here is one cat, two cats, one pen, two pens. Look here the difference, students. One cat, two cats. Add s at the end of the noun because this one is plural form. Two cats, one pen, two pens. Every nouns more than one, it's called plural nouns. Let us start plural form of nouns. Regular form. When we come to here, students, there are regular form of nouns to change singular to plural. The first one is es, es, and also ies. When we come to es, this is usually we can use this kind of form of regular form of nouns. Add es at the end of the nouns. At the end of the nouns. Like the example before, like cat, cats. Table, tables. When we come to es, add es at the end of the nouns, like ending with s, ch, sh, and z. We can add es at the end of these nouns, like bus, buses. Here it, for example, z, buzz, buzzes. For example, and we can take example from sh, ch. When we come to ies, ending with ies, it means ending with y. Ending with y, just cancel y and add IES. For example, baby, cancel Y and make babies. Here is city, cancel Y and make it cities. But here is a special condition, some examples, of course, ending with Y, like toy, for example. Yes, ending with Y, but we don't cancel Y because before Y there is a vowel letter O, so easily add S at the end of the noun. And also let us add one more, key, like the same with toy, ending with vowel E, key, keys. So the first rule is add S at the end of the nouns, like cat, cats, table, tables, toy, toys, key, keys. When we come to here, ending with S, SH, CH, and also Z, for example, bus, buses, buzz, buzzes. Add ES at the end of the nouns. The next one, IES, it means ending with Y, for example, baby, babies, city, cities. We just cancel Y and IES at the end of the nouns. Here is the regular form and the first rule. Let us continue with irregular forms. Here is students' irregular form. When we say irregular, we don't add S, ES, or IES at the end of the nouns. This one is different from the regular form because sometimes we change the whole words of the nouns. Sometimes we don't change it at all. Let me give you example and show you. Here is the first one, man, from the easy one, man, man, two, men, man, change A with E, men. For example, this one is one man, this one is two men, three or more. Here is, for example, ox, one ox, and this one, oxen, oxen. It means two oxen, three oxen, and more. Child, children. And let us add more example. For example, mouse, mice, mouse, mice. And another example, women, women. And let me add one more example. For example, person. We don't say persons, we called what? People. So students, these are some example of irregular form of plural forms of nouns. So you should rehearse these examples and to memorize every day. These are example. These are rule are different from each nouns. For example, here is we just change A to E. Here is ox, add EN, and more examples. So man, men, to rehearse and to memorize these nouns. Ox, oxen. Child, children. Mouse, mice. Woman, women. And here's person, people. Here is the rules. Here is another rule in irregular form. Some nouns don't change when they are singular, also plural. For example, fish become fish. Sheep become sheep. Here is also, let us say, deer become deer. These examples of nouns not change when they are singular, also plural. Don't forget, students, these are forms of irregular form, and try to rehearse every day. For example, like fish, fish, sheep, sheep, deer, deer. These are examples of irregular form, and also some nouns are changed with their form totally and sometimes not changing at all. Students, this is the first lesson, and that we were discussing about irregular and also irregular. Let me give you more activities and let us practice together. Activity 1. Write the plural form. 1 toy, 2 pencil, 3 sheep, 4 mouse, 5 watch, 6 dish. Students, here is activity 1. Let me give you 2 minutes and I'll be back and give you correction. I'm back, students. I hope you all have done activity 1. Let us practice together. The first question, toy, regular form ending with Y, but before Y there is a vowel O, so We don't cancel y and easily. Take and toy, toys, toy, toys. Question number 2, pencil, pencil. Here is ending with consonant, so easily add s at the end of the noun. Pencils. Here is sheep. This is irregular form. As I gave you this example before, we don't change at all. We just take sheep, sheep. Here is 4, mouse, also irregular form. Change with what? Mice. Here is 5, watch, watch. It means watch. Ending with ch, so add es at the end of the noun. The next one, dish, dish. It's become sh, so add es. Dish, dishes. Let me read once. Toy, toys. Pencil, pencils. Sheep, sheep. Mouse, mice. Watch, watches. Dish, dishes. This is the first activity. Let me add one more. Write the plural form. Forms. 1, dog. 2, 3, 3, box. 4, story. 5, key. Students, here is activity 2. Let me give you 2 minutes and I'll be back. Students, here is instruction. write the plural forms. Write the plural forms. Here is the questions here. Dog, tree, box, story, and key. The first one, dog. Look at here, ending with consonant letter. It's easily add s at the end of the noun. Dog, dogs, dog, dogs. Tree, here is the same, tree, trees, tree, trees. Third one, box, box, ending with what? X. So when we come to here, when some nouns ending with sh, ch, s, and z, z, also x add at the end of these nouns, es. Here is box, boxes, box, boxes. Here is for story, story, ending with what? Y, and also there is no vowel letter before Y. Look at it, R is what? Consonant letter. So we just cancel what? Y and make stories. Story, stories, story, stories. Here is 5, key, key. It looks the same with story, ending with Y, but here is the difference. Before Y, there is what? Vowel letter, E. So we don't cancel Y, easily take key, then like the same, and add S. Key, keys, key, keys. Let me read one. Dog, dogs. This every examples out here are one, because every nouns more than one, it's called what? Plural. So one dog, one tree, one box, one story, one key. So dog, dogs. It might be 2, 3, and more, and many. Dog, dogs. Tree, trees. Box, boxes. Story, stories. Key, keys. Here is activity 2. Let me give you one more activity, the last activity with irregular nouns, and we can practice more example with me. So don't forget, write down activities. Activity 3. Write the plural form. Okay. Child, toes, for, foot, students, here is activity 2. Let me give you 2 minutes and I'll be back. Students, here is activity 3. Write the plural forms. These all examples are what? Irregular form. When we call irregular form, sometimes we change the whole words, sometimes we don't change it at all. So the first example, person. The first example is person. When we said person, we don't add s at the end of this noun, but change with people. People. Person, people. Child, like the same, we change it. Child, children. Tooth, tooth, with what? Teeth. Here is foot, foot, feet. Here is woman, women. Woman, women. There are some examples like fish. Become what? The same with fish. Fish, fish. These are all our examples of irregular forms of nouns when we change with singular to plural. Here is person, people. Child, children. Toes, teeth. Foot, feet. Woman, women. Fish, fish. Students, let me give you one more activity with ending with Z, SH, CH, and S, and let us practice. Activity 4. Write the plural form. Students, here is activity 4. Write the plural forms. These all examples are ending with what? Y. So let us see how we are going to change them. The first example, family. Family. So easily cancel Y and add IES. Family. Families. Family, families. Here is country. Like the same, cancel Y. Country, IES. Countries. Country, countries. Here is boy. It looks the same like this example, but before Y, there is a vowel O, so we can't cancel Y, easily add S. Boy, boys, like toy and key. Here is city, like the same with family and country ending with Y, and cancel Y here, CT, cities. City, cities. Students, let us summarize today's lesson. Today, we were discussing about plural forms of noun. It means singular to plural. There are two types of rules. The first one, regular, and the second one, irregular. When we come to here, easily add S, ES, and IES. When we come to here, add S, most of the noun add S at the end of their plural forms. Like dog, dogs. chair, chairs. And more example. When we come to es ending with s, z, x, ch, and also sh. When some nouns ending with s, z, x, and also ch and sh, we can add what? Es. For example, box, boxes, dish, dishes. When we come to ies, cancel y and add ies. Noun ending with y. For example, like baby, babies, baby, babies. Country, city, cancel y and make it cities, cities. These are ending with y at ies and the end of these nouns. But there is a specific rule. Sometimes some nouns, of course, ending with y, but we don't cancel y. Like boy, boy. We don't cancel because before y there is a vowel o, so just take the same and add s. Boy, boys. Still, here is the first rule, regular form of plural form of nouns. Let us keep going with irregular. Here is different from the first rule. We don't add s, es, ies. We just take the noun and change all of it, and sometimes we don't change at all. Let me give you example. Ox, oxen. Man, man. Mouse, mice. Some nouns are the same with the singular form and plural form, like deer become deer, and also sheep become sheep. So let us rehearse and practice together. Ox, oxen. Man, man. Mouse, mice. Deer, deer. Sheep, sheep. These are example of irregular forms of noun. Students, this is today's topic. I hope you all are like today's lesson. Goodbye, students.